You see an old boot balanced upside down on a cobbler's knee as he taps the final nail into the new sole. Could new.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
Enough waiting. I crave a long way to go still.
Soldier. Well, well. What we have here?
Victory awaits.
God damn it all! I could do nothing right! Not a damn thing! Instead, I found myself cornered by shadow fiends and in need of rescue! But what good am I if I failed?
Action, not reaction. We're close. I can feel it. The Absolute. Its power is strong here.
You! Halt!
Her thoughts invade your own, hunting for recognition. Your parasite offers it readily.
True soul, a pleasure. What news from the field? General Ketheric's advisor went off on a field trip. Zarel's in charge till he gets back. Zarel's in the audience chamber, true soul. Go right ahead. Praise the Absolute.
You! Halt!
Her thoughts invade your own, hunting for recognition. Your parasite offers it readily.
True soul, a pleasure. What news from... Zarel's in the audience chamber. Pray...
Enjoy the view. This feels like it'd stretch all the way to the Sea of Swords on a clear day. If this place ever gets a clear day. I'm afraid you missed the ship, True Soul, but there'll be another along soon enough. We're already stacking the cargo. Baldur's Gate. The army marches overland, but we sent some friends ahead to smooth the way. Locals need to see hard truth. Take their place in hard design. Or they don't, and we send them to meet the old gods they cling to. Doesn't matter much either way. Nothing of note. Just supplies for the battle ahead. I've already checked it twice over.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority. Your mind is full, bursting with ecstasy and terror. Finally, it is coming. You are becoming.
As you bear down on his mind, you feel a pulse in response. 1,000 pulses, echoing from the nearby crates. Tadpoles. His mind had rejected the knowledge, forced it behind a mental wall. A wall you just took a hammer to.
Worms. Worms in their heads. Worms all over.
And as quickly as you tore down his defenses, you shore them back up. His mind is blank and blissfully ignorant once more.
Oh, true soul. You just missed the ship, but there'll be another one along soon. Another along soon, true soul. Another. Another. With haste.
Stand clear of the cargo. Respectfully, true soul. Just doing my job. They say the Absolute sees our work and elevates the worthy. And I don't plan on being a guard for long, true soul. Thank you.
There can be no doubt. This is the place. This is where we'll discover the secret of the Absolute.
Accept the Absolute.
Ugh. Then I shall have to keep them busy praying for mercy from other gods, won't I?
All's well here. The cargo from below has already been taken to the docks.
Don't get too close to the prisoners. They're desperate enough to try anything. A new face. Do as the warden says, when she says, and you'll be fine. The prisoners will say anything to get your attention. Do not acknowledge them. Plant one foot in front of the other. Head forward, back straight. Make them fear you.
Did you request this post too? I'm glad I got the Warden and not Zarel. Don't get chatty with the prisoners, mind you. The Warden won't like that. You remind me a little of the Warden. Such gravitas.
Your conversation has been cut short. These prisoners are for Disciple Balthazar's attention only. Your reasoning is hard to argue with. You're free to speak to the prisoners.
You want to help? The gnomes couple cells down are up to something, and we're in.
I can't read bloody minds. Go on, before someone sees. Gods, the gnomes! Speak to the gnomes!
You ordered that guard about as if you were the Absolute herself. What do you want with us, exactly? Huh. And why would you be so inclined? The Absolute thinks she's got you by the scruff of the neck. But it's the other way around, isn't it? I reckon you and I were meant to meet. I'm Wilburn. We've got a plan, for us and the Tieflings both. But we're scuppered without the right equipment. We need tools. That head case of a warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality. Whatever you find, throw it through the bars. But for the love of Gerdel, make sure a guard doesn't see you. Or we're both done for.
You spark of the familiar. Do I know you, true soul? Perhaps not. Your face is rather bland. Regardless, know this. I am the Warden. The prisoners are my charges, and I answer to Disciple Balthazar himself. Stay on my good side.
Your mind swirls with information about the prison. The small levers behind the warden's desk open every cell, while the larger one triggers the alarm. And interesting items confiscated from prisoners lie above the warden's office, just up the ladder.
If you are going to stare, kindly do it elsewhere. As I said, you are free to roam where you wish, but do not speak to the prisoners. He sounds important, and I'm afraid the mere dregs are the only ones left in my care. Anyone who refutes the Absolute is an enemy of mine, true soul. You would do well to remember that. Indeed. But all are kept out of reach and under constant surveillance in the office above. Prison security is my highest priority. My, they are letting all sorts become a true soul these days. He is chief advisor to General Ketherick, and one of the Absolute's favored. His necromancy is second only to the General's. It is an honor to serve him. A pity you're already failing, then. My face might be bland, but yours? It is now carved into my memory, forever.
You bow.
Hell's is this place?
An illithid oubliette. There's an illithid parasite in that corpse. You should take a look.
Look, there's something on the other side. No way through from here, though.
Were you as strong as you claim, you wouldn't be here. Neither would your brother.
With every breath, a purpose.
Shah's blessings upon you. If you're sure. Fine. I'll be here whenever you rediscover your taste in company.
Frail. But then I found the Absolute. She can help you.
Fuck off.
You'll see the truth soon enough, whether you like it or not.
Right, boat's good to go. Or as good as it can get, at least. This curse doesn't stretch much further than the shore. We'll hide out on the water, plan our next move from there. Fair. You've done more than your share. I can take it from here. But listen, heard the guards in a tizzy over something big. An army. Whatever these assholes are up to, it isn't good. Get out, and soon.
We shouldn't hang around too long, though.
Let me out! Get me out!
No, never mind.
Roland!
Oh, thank the gods. Did you enjoy relaxing here while I battled that wretched darkness? What were you thinking?
I'm sorry, we got captured by murderous lunatics!
I thought you were dead, you ass! Both of you!
We're all safe, Roland. That's what matters.
I thought my entire family was dead!
I'm sorry. We should have been here.
No, it's not your fault. I shouldn't have shouted. I'm sorry.
Thank you for saving me. And the two idiots.
I've lashed out at you, drunkenly and otherwise, and you helped anyway. You didn't deserve that. I'm sorry. And thank you. You went out of your way to help us. It's only right you get something in return. Here. I hope it helps.
I've thanked you once already. Don't be greedy.
Seems someone's been skimming our supplies. Is anyone...
Thank you. I never thought I'd see these two again. It's good to be back.
I'm not the best at showing it, but I love Cal and Roland to death. They're family. Thank you for bringing us back together. Anyone gives you shit, come to me. I'll sort them out.
If ever you need us, we'll be there. I guarantee it.
I've thanked you once already. Don't be greedy.
Things in Moonrise were bad. Real bad. Thank you for getting me out of there. You ever need a hand, you'll have me at your back. Whether you like it or not.
Any surprises?
We're bruised, battered, but we're together again. You damn well brought them back.
Go on.
The shadows haven't consumed you. Good. A search burdened by unnatural darkness. But don't let that discourage you.
That's far enough.
His thoughts invade your own, probing for purchase. Your parasite purrs in recognition.
Ah, one blessed like myself. What news, true soul? Who better to suss out his like?
You'll find Z'rell in the audience chamber, true soul. She'll be wanting to hear from you.
Praise the Absolute.
I itched to draw my weapon and gut every last one of these cultists.
You're keen. Just don't get carried away. Some of those guts might be of use to us unspilled, at least for a while.
There is only the Absolute.
That right, mate? Only the Absolute.
Serve her. All will serve her.
Another true soul. Welcome, true soul. The disciple will have work for you, I expect. So much to be done.
Heard a rumor some do-gooder stopped a horde of absolutists from getting their hands on a load of druids in some grove. Whoever it was, better pray the general doesn't smoke 'em out. Be a bloodbath, so it would.
Wouldn't head into the main hall if I were you. Zariel and Ketheric are working on some poor worm.
I wouldn't. A bunch of the others were rounded up in the main hall a while ago. They ain't come back.
Well, Flo didn't tell a lie. She said you'd find me, and here you are. Karlach, isn't it?
Now there's a name I'd hope never to hear again. What was Flo doing here?
Didn't think to quiz her about her business.
Florenta the Garrotta. A Cambion I knew back in Avernus. She was the closest thing I had to a friend. That said, she would have choked the life out of me if I ever turned my back on her. The fact that she knows where I am, or where I might be going, doesn't exactly delight me. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. She's a half-devil. Impossible to read. I wouldn't have given her the time of day, but even I needed a laugh once in a while. What can I say? The bitch had good jokes.
Enough chatter. Your friend gave me 3 soul coins, said I could sell them if I wanted. But if I kept them for you, she'd consider it a favor owed.
Soul coins, huh? Those could come in handy.
Sure. But she did have a condition. For every coin you take, you've got to hear the story of the soul trapped inside.
There you have it. Flo came all this way just to try to make me feel like shit. Clever use of her time. Memorized a bunch of sad stories on her behalf, did you?
Didn't need to. Your Flo did some devil woo-woo and stuck 'em in my head. Couldn't forget now if I wanted to. Do you want the coins or not? First coin's got the soul of a woman named Maveri. She was born to a cruel mother, and a violent father, and 3 evil brothers, all named Baldur. She never knew a day of love in all her life. When she was a girl of 15, she sold her soul to Tiamat in exchange for someone who would love her unconditionally. She got what she asked for. A fellow named Clint, destined to be her soulmate. Struck by a cart and died a few moments after clapping eyes on our Maveri. Poor guy. The scud of her soul is yours now.
Thanks, I guess.
Sure you will. This'n has got the soul of a man named Frakes. Lived in a village near Neverwinter. Hit hard by the worst hunger in 1,000 years. Frakes called out for help. Prayed for his children to have meat to eat. Zariel answered. Made old Frakes grow flesh upon flesh after flesh. His wee ones had all the meat they could stomach.
He should have known. Better to die 1,000 deaths than let Zariel into your life.
Last one's got the soul of a little boy named Ongir. 8 years old. He liked playing in the sun with his friends. That's all I know.
That's all?
That's all. Oh, and this slip of scratch.
Well, thanks, Flo. Hearing a bunch of desperate horror has ruined my day, which I suppose was the point.
You got 3 soul coins out of the bargain, didn't you? I'd quit whinging if I were you. I did my part. That means our business is done. Unless you've got actual gold to hand.
You're one of her blessed, aren't you? To hear her voice, I cannot imagine.
The Absolute herself called us here. They cannot stop us from seeing Zarel now.
Brothers. Sister.
Back of the line. I'll be the first of us to swear to the General.
Not all of us survived the shadows to stand here. My wife, my sons, they were unworthy.
Each pack of recruits they bring in is worse than the last. Can't trust them to sweep the stables, let alone swing a sword. No doubt. Isn't for me to question them above me. I'm sure you know your business. I'll see they get all the help they need, true soul. And they'll need quite a bit.
And this was funny when it was just goblins branding arses, but you lot mean business, eh?
A new face come to bask in the light of the Absolute. How can I be of service, true soul? Of course. Just before some godless lunatic purged the place of every innocent soul. A pity neither of us saw what happened. The guilty here hears blame in every breath. But you're among friends here, true soul. Look around. All manner of beasties united against the enemies of the Absolute. Quite a god to bring them all together. And quite a fool who'd draw their ire. Hmm? I'm not the one putting on an act, true soul. Though I'd mind how well you mouth your prayers. Spend enough time in this place, and you might just start to believe them. But look at me, preaching, and when I'm only here to serve. Anything to trade, true soul? An honor, true soul.
It's Roa you want. We only talk when you've misbehaved.
Even those we once called monsters.
You'd find better lodgings out in the war camp, true soul. I know we're all one under the Absolute, but you do not want to bunk with an ogre.
These are the stalking grounds of Steelclaw, furless one. Tread lightly. Fortunately for you, the slithering vermin I hunt has my attention. For now. Do not push your own cowardice upon me. I braved lapping waters and leaking ships to find this prey. I butchered many, and will butcher many more. But this one I toy with. I slice, I tear, and when the time is right, I will bite its head off and bathe in its innards! Lies, it merely pretends. But I'm a patient hunter. I will wait for it to stir, and then I will strike. Now I must return to my prey. It has been too long since it felt the bite of fear. That parasite was mine! Spend your days in fear, furless one, for I will return to dig my claws into your eyes and rip out your brains!
I'm way too big. I'm way too big.
Araj Baldur, trader in all things occult. A very great pleasure to meet you, true soul. Should you be interested, I have a particular offer I'd like to make. Put plainly, I'd like your blood. A vial of true soul's blood, specifically. With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself. Goodness, no. Nothing so unsanitary. The Ablodras clan practice their own form of blood alchemy.
You realize why the name rings familiar? House Ablodra was purged a century ago by an alliance of rival drow houses. Among the many crimes tallied against them, their reckless experimentation with illithid breeding stock.
No idea, but it will be unique to you. Your blood essence and the Absolute's blessing intertwined. We can learn exactly what that means together, hmm? Blessed by the Absolute, but not blinded by it. Now I simply must study you. The beings you speak of have no use for gods, and yet here we stand in a church of their making. Unless they are not the makers, but simply the means, wouldn't that be a secret worth knowing? So let me adjust my offer. Your blood and your silence, in exchange for the potions I mention, and a tidy pile of gold besides. That I cannot allow, for either of us. I have a project to complete, and you are far too unique a specimen to risk. If you can't be reasonable, I'll just have to observe your development from afar. For now.
She sees everything we are. Do you understand? There is no hiding from her.
You're being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now.